We open their file, 2 goals down, 11 minutes left. The defending champions of the world looking at the exit door of a tournament they were supposed to win again. This is Minutia. One nation, one story. The fall before the triumph. Atlanta Stadium, July the 7th. Argentina against Egypt, round of 16. On paper, a formality. Egypt had never reached a World Cup quarter-final in their history. Not once, in over a century of trying. They had scraped through the round of 32 on penalties against Australia, riding the nerve of a squad that refused to believe its story was supposed to end there. Argentina were the reigning champions, the team with Lionel Messi still on the team sheet, in what everyone quietly understands may be the final World Cup of his career. Still the reason a continent stops what it is doing to watch. But football does not read paper, and history does not ask permission before repeating itself in reverse. 15 minutes in, Yasser Ibrahim rises above the Argentine backline and heads Egypt into a lead nobody predicted. The commentators go quiet. The bench goes quieter. This is not supposed to happen to the champions, not this early, not against a side making its World Cup knockout debut with this much riding on it. Egypt do not sit back and defend a fragile lead. They keep coming forward, keep pressing, keep believing that the biggest upset of the tournament might actually belong to them. In the 67th minute, Mostafa Zico finds a pocket of space in behind the Argentine line and doubles the lead. 2-0. Somewhere in Cairo, a nation that has waited generations for a moment like this starts to let itself believe. Somewhere in Buenos Aires, the silence has a different texture entirely. The silence of a team that has run out of ideas, with the clock working against every single one of them. Lionel Scaloni does not panic on the touchline. He has seen this team buried before and dug out before. But belief and history are not the same thing, and right now history says Argentina are 11 minutes from the biggest upset of this entire World Cup. But here is what should worry the favourites who think this story is already written. This Argentina side has been here before. Written off, doubted, down 2 goals with the walls closing in, and still, somehow, standing at the final whistle, 79th minute. Cristian Romero, a defender, not a striker, a man whose entire job on the pitch is to stop goals, not score them, rises above the Egyptian backline and plants a header past the goalkeeper. 2-1. The file cracks open. 4 minutes later comes the moment the whole tournament has quietly been building toward. Lionel Messi, in a game his team is losing, in a tournament that may be his last, steps into space and finds the net. 2-2. Atlanta erupts. Cairo goes silent, the exact silence Buenos Aires felt 20 minutes earlier. Now flipped, now belonging to someone else. 90 minutes gone. This should be enough for Egypt to escape with a draw, to force extra time, to hold history by the fingertips a little longer. But the file is still open, and stoppage time has one more line left to write. 3rd minute of added time. Lautaro Martinez drives to the byline and whips a low cross into the box. Enzo Fernandez meets it with his head, and the ball is in the net before the Egyptian defense can even turn around. 3-2. Argentina survive the 89th minute of their own funeral and walk out of it as quarter-finalists instead. Hossam Hassan, the Egyptian manager, stands on the touchline with the look of a man who watched his nation's greatest football night become someone else's redemption story in the space of 11 minutes. Egypt do not get their fairy tale tonight, but Argentina do not get to celebrate cleanly either. Because a team that concedes 2 goals to a knockout debutant and needs literal stoppage time to survive is not a team that has proven anything yet. They have simply avoided elimination. This is the part of the file most highlight reels leave out. Argentina did not dominate this game. They were outplayed for long stretches by a side with everything to gain and nothing familiar to lose. The champions were seconds away from an early flight home. What saved them was not a tactical masterstroke. It was Messi, one more time, on a night his legs and his history both refused to let the story end early. It was a centre-back who decided to become a striker for one header. And it was a substitute who arrived in the 90th minute with the composure of a man who has done exactly this before. Is that redemption? Or is it a warning? Because every team left in this tournament will have watched this game closely. They will have seen a champion who can be got at, who can be pushed to the very edge by a side ranked far below them on paper, who needed a genuine miracle in stoppage time to survive a match they were expected to win comfortably. Argentina march on to the quarter-final, where Switzerland now wait for them. Egypt go home with no shame, only proof that they belong on this stage, and a manager and a squad who made the two-time reigning champions of world football sweat every single one of 93 minutes. One win does not erase 2 goals conceded. One comeback does not erase the vulnerability that made the comeback necessary in the first place. The champions survived tonight. They did not conquer. We close the file on Atlanta. We do not close the file on Argentina. Because in this tournament, redemption is never the end of the story. It is only the page written just before the next test arrives. The file stays open. If this hit, like it, share it with one football friend, and subscribe. A new file opens tomorrow. The files never close.